go and kick off. This is taking too long. Okay, it's live now, right? Okay, so we are live now. We are live on our Facebook at the official page of Radio Caribbean International. We are live. We can also find us live on YouTube. All right, so you search for Radio Caribbean on YouTube, you'll find the live there as well. If you can't get onto the live right now, but you can tune into the frequency, or you're on the website and you're listening in on your smartphone because you have downloaded the app and you're on the move with us. Yes, it's going to be one of those conversations this morning. We have the absolute privilege of hosting as our guest, our special guest this morning, Miss Aniel Innocent. Of course, the name, if you're Lucian, or you're not a Lucian, but you've been in Lucia, that name is synonymous with him. We keep hearing, listen, that name has stunned us all when she started as a PR person. She was so complete, so direct, so articulate. She brought an aura to the thing. You understand? You can't deny that. And then, she has gone on to do so much more since then. So talking about powerhouse of a woman that sets trends, a woman that solidifies, inspiration, motivation, just continue to motivate. This lady right here is it. And she's going to be our guest this morning. We are talking Aniel Innocent, of course. When we come back, we got to take a word from the partners. That is the First National Bank. They continue to put their backing behind us, and we appreciate them so much for that. So we need to take a word from them. When we do that, when we come back, we are certainly live. So you guys know what time it is. Make sure you tune in. Whatever means you got to tune in right now, make sure you do just that, because it's going to be an awesome conversation this morning. A word from the partner, this one. So we're coming back.
All started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were there. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Well, there you are. Good morning and welcome to She Speaks for today. It is a beautiful day on the outside. It's the 25th, right? 25th of March is today. Right. And I've got the privilege, honor, to have in my company as our guest today, Aniel Innocent. Welcome, 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 welcome. Now, this has been a long time in the making, but I think everything happens. Let me put this a little closer to you. I think everything happens at its right timing. So this is the perfect time this morning, and we are honored to have you. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. You look quite lovely, quite
I'm taking
brilliant.
it.
Get this morning.
I am taking every ounce of it this morning because I say we have to step up the game today because we've got our girl in the house. Now, Anna, normally what we do, because that's what everybody's saying now, there's a lot of people who only know Anil from that perspective. So we want to wire back down a little bit and go into childhood days, what was growing up like? Did you always know this is the field you were heading into? What you knew as a child? What were some of the principles set in your home that you believe contributes to the person that you are today, that you're proud of?
Yes, listen, Aniel Innocent. Everybody knows me by the name Aniel. So you have to have this fancy name and then you have the nickname. Yeah, so my nickname is Aniel. So I came from a small community called Londonderry Saltibus. And if you're from Schutel, if you're from the south, this is where they call the land of the Shabins.
Yes.
Despite me not being
just
Shabin.
This morning I had a conversation and we go to the gas station and say, you from which I say I'm from Castries.
Yes, and I was raised by my grandparents. Yes, I am one of 6 children. I have an elder sister, I have 2 brothers and 3 younger sisters. Whilst my mom was part of my life, but my grandparents raised us, and I am so thankful to have been raised by my grandparents because these people instill discipline in you, they instill principles. Yes. So I grew up in this small community, and everybody was part and parcel of my upbringing. Yes, nice. The community actually brought me up, and I must really extend gratitude to these individuals. They're still part of my life for these years. They support me. They're my hype. They're my hype crew. They actually do support me, and I want to say thank you. I'm with my earlier years, I went to the Salzburg Combined School. Later on, I went to the Schwarzer Secondary School. Then, we know this tertiary education.
What were you like? I mean, I'm curious. What were you like? Were you one of the active ones? Were you more quiet
Yes,
or reason
no,
you were active?
definitely. I was definitely active. I was always very vocal. You remember me? I was always one of the loud ones, very vocal. But I was also very goal. Yes, I was goal focused, goal oriented. I knew from an early age, and if you speak to anybody who knew me back then, I always wanted to become a police officer. So it was no surprise to anyone that I became a police officer by the age of 21.
What do you think was drawing you to that back then? What do you think wanted you made you wanted to be there? What was the
Listen, I came from a family where poverty was really, it was really hard growing up. Despite me never going hungry,
yeah,
I never had the best of everything.
Right.
Yes, but my grandparents ensured that they gave me the necessities to have brought me to where I'm at today. So I always had the school bags. I may not have had the Nike shoes, but I always had a proper pair of shoes to go to school. I did not have bread and cheese, but I made sure I had my cow milk and my dashing. So I actually grew up on, know,
things that we let me
yeah,
tell you
things
what
that
things
people, yes,
that we could clamored for now that we
yes,
didn't understand was a luxury back then.
yeah. So this is
Oh
what I grew up
gosh.
on. And if I had to do it all over again, Marine, I would go back to enjoying this peaceful childhood, this, being well mannered, well
You.
respected. Yes, I would have gone back to it all. I would not change a single thing because this motivated me to be who I'm at today. And I can tell you, I was the very first one to have made it out. The very first one to have gone to a secondary school. The
In your
very first,
family?
yes, my first, yes, the very first one to have attained tertiary education, and as far as university, I'm going to university.
And we coming to the bar calling and all
Yes,
that. Let me tell you, I am
yes,
so listen, you're such an inspiration. I need to take a word from the partners. When we come back, we have to go there because a lot of things happen. Listen, I've never seen my platform too active. Eh? So
yes.
you
Really,
want to start?
yes, I really do have a high
You
fruit.
do. Let's take a word and come right back.
All started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Right, and we don't want to miss not little one little second. We make as much as possible in the study. Yeah. Your fan base is there. Like I
Yes,
said,
I'm already to everybody. Yes, my high crew.
I
Yes,
have a high
yes, I my most co-workers
right.
are the best. Michelle, Sergeant George, Deputy
They're
Philip,
here,
they're
lovely.
all there. Thank you so very much. My son is there as well. Osmani, hi, Diva, hi. They're all there. Latoya, Sarah Lee, I know they're all there. Yes.
Oh my God! Listen, a lot of things is happening, and all in my WhatsApp platform, you shut down everything this morning. Just know you did that. You did that,
Yes, I
right?
did that.
When you entered into the force, what level did you enter?
I
Right.
entered as a police constable. I entered in the year 2005.
Mm.
I spent approximately 6 years at the traffic department. People may have known me from doing police vibes, street vibes.
Right.
Yes, this is where I actually used to give drivers and as to what is happening on the road, educate them on road safety laws, the rules of the road. So
Was that
my
something
voice,
initiated
yes, it
by
was
yourself or with the department?
by myself and Pringles at the time.
Ah,
Yes,
yes,
yes. So it was a partnership to go into some community policing activity, and that was what we saw most suited. So every morning at 7:45, you'd hear my voice.
Your
So
voice.
people actually knew my voice before they knew me. And then when I became the face of the Royal Central Police Force, people actually put the face to the voice. So I became even more popular. I was like, the face of the organization, the voice of the organization. I
And you
became
did a
a role.
remarkable job.
Thank you. And I became a role model to many. And then that was when I was promoted to the rank of corporal. Then I started my degree. I started doing my law degree at the University of London. It took 3 years. As the challenges that come with, being a young constable,
That's what I'm
getting the
saying.
finances, because by then I already had my home, I had a son to take care of, and, going to the bank with your little tight salary, say, hey, I want to do a degree, and you're saying, okay, we just gave you a house, you don't have the extra money for the degree. And I remembered she was my sergeant then, Diana Flanis, thank you so much. I mean, this woman had, she just had this vision for me. She said, listen to me. She said to me, listen to me. You need to register, the money will come. And I'm like, honey, where is the money coming from? She said, you need to register for school. So we went and we registered to do my law degree because they always knew, despite me wanting to be a police, I always wanted to become a lawyer. Yeah, and it wasn't because I wanted to leave the organization. I just felt that I needed to equip myself with additional knowledge so I could make this organization a better place, to make my contribution to the organization more impactful. So they always knew that, I wanted to become a lawyer as well. So we started with the law degree. It took 3 years. And then, COVID came and, COVID just shut down the entire world. And here I was, oh my God, I need to do this because I have to do the bar within 5 years of putting in my law degree. And COVID had just shut down the world. And I'm like, oh my goodness, we need things to get back to normal because if not, I have to do the entire degree again. Yes. And then, 2022 came about. I said, okay, we are going to put the wheels in motion. And we applied to do the bar with BPP University in London, England. I got accepted, and we had little to no time to put everything together. I'm telling you, my support team, I have a very strong support team in terms of colleagues and family, even extended family and friends. I have a very small circle, and they are so supportive, Maureen. And we were just putting things in motion so we could have been out of this country by January 2023, so you could make it to England. And going to England, it was one of the most challenging experience that I have ever faced. Maureen, I knew nobody. I was in this cold country and I had to figure out how to get to school, how to get from, I lived in the southeast to get to London. And, I have to get, okay, which trains that I'm going to take. I got lost probably 3 times. The first 3 days I was just hopping on the wrong train. But within a week I was able to set into a routine, yes. And then here you are now in a strange environment, learning without any support system. I'm crying, I'm homesick,
It's
I want to
cold.
come back.
You
It's
feel
cold. Let me tell you, it's cold and it's gloomy, and you're missing the bridge. And I remember Dr. Seeley, was my supervisor at the time, sending me pictures of the beach. Listen, you miss the beach? Here, I'm going to send you a picture of the beach.
you were
Yeah,
angry.
yeah, it worked. It worked
Okay, great.
because you're like, okay, you went there to achieve a goal,
Something.
and then you are going to achieve this and come back home. And let me tell you, I did this year. It
Did you
was
ever? Did you ever at any point? No, I can't. I figure I know the answer to this, but I'm
mm,
going to ask nonetheless. Did you at any point decide, okay, I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving this
oh
alone.
yes, oh yes, and then and this the morning at that morning it really happened. I called my we have this group chat. I
Uh-huh.
called, and we're 5 hours ahead in England, so
Yes,
everybody's when I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning,
it's
everybody's
sleeping.
still sleeping, and nobody. But there was one coworker who picked up, and I'm crying. He said, "I'm coming back home. Like, I can't do this. I'm coming back home." I said to me, "Coco girl," he calls me Coco girl. He said, "Coco girl, have you? What did you go to England to do?" I said, "To the bar." "Have you done it?" He said, "No." "So what are you coming back home to do?" Yes. I said, he said, "You know what? Wipe your tears, and you need to put on your clothes and head to class." And after this, I don't think I had any other meltdowns. Well, when Christmas and New Year's, I had to spend over there. But other than that, I persevered and I came back as the first female ever to have completed the bar and to be in the Royal Salvation Police Force.
This is
There were
oh come on.
males.
No, 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 hold on. Give us a minute here. Hold on, come
Yes,
on, stand
yes,
by the clock.
yes, yes. So we had
Wow.
the first female commissioner. We had the first female to have a doctorate, and now we have the
The first
first
female
female
to be
lawyer.
to
Yes,
the
to be
bar.
called to
This
the
is
bar.
great.
Yes,
This is great
yes,
stuff.
yes.
What does that do for the organization in
Listen,
terms of boosting the confidence, boosting the image, boosting
listen, to be a female in a male-dominated organization, it has to take a lot to stand out. It really
yes.
does take a lot to stand out. And having a lawyer as a police officer, although we've had males before, let's get that clear. It actually encourage other persons because when you join the organization, persons join the CXCs, and now
Yes.
you have probably over 100, almost 200 persons with first degrees, with masters. We have 2 doctorates currently. So it actually encourages persons to want to stand out because, you know, it is we live in the era, although well, okay, we've moved past that, that women now are dominating. Okay, we are dominating, and I would like to encourage others. I'd like to use the knowledge that I've attained to benefit the organization, because you know we have situations where you know you need equal advice. Instead of going to the AG's office, you have it right there within. Yes, you say, hey, I received this claim. Can you please respond to it? Because you know you have timelines for everything. You have to respond within 14 days. You have to ask for extension of times. And you, if you have this in your mind right there, you could go to your legal person and say, hey, what I know, and we have this. Can you advise me on this? Can you advise me on that? A file comes through. Hey, can you give me an insight as to whether your charges will suffice? Do you think that we should go for greater charge or lesser charge? You know, these are the things that you could utilize by bills for.
This not to cut you across, but if we, what I'm saying is that you did this, this is personal, you wanted to do this, but the organization now has the work in motion to accept, because this is you making the organization a lot more efficient.
Mhm.
This is you putting yourself out there using your skill that you have acquired that is going to assist inevitably the organization, instead of you having to wait, like you said.
Mhm.
A matter could be turned over a lot easier in quicker time because you are there with that skill. It's the organization acknowledging and compensating that skill as well. Is
It,
it?
it's
I don't want to put
unfortunate.
you on the spot. This is
That's
not.
cool.
Listen, please don't go anywhere. We're just trying to. You know, the lady didn't come here for that. But I'm just trying to say, because I am, from my standpoint, I'm looking at her and saying, there she is. She's doing that, and I'm saying, but to me,
Okay. Okay. So, once the collective agreement speaks about a vocational allowance for police officers who have gone out to study, it's unfortunate that they don't pay for it, because you know, the number of persons who have degrees may not be the funds for that. But how they could reward you is by giving you promotions. With the higher
you
you
get
go,
a higher
yes, you
salary.
get a higher salary,
Okay,
and that you know actually
it works.
yeah, it works. It works for us because,
Awesome.
like I said to persons, it was me becoming a lawyer was not about me wanting to get rich
It was not.
quickly.
Yeah, it
Yes,
was not.
no,
Yeah.
it is not, because I could have left the organization. I chose to stay. It was never an option to leave. To leave.
Gosh,
So
wait, yeah, more like you.
it was never an option to leave. It was an option to make my organization a much better place. And
And
I am
enhance
being, yes, and I'm being utilized. I'm being utilized for the knowledge that I have attained, and I have not regretted. There are persons who say that being a police officer is just about the salary. Everybody who knows me knows that I love my job as a police officer. I
Oh,
am very
you can tell.
passionate about being a police officer. I am yet to see myself being frustrated by the organization. We do have our challenges as every other organization, but it has to take the love that you have for your organization to want to see your organization in a much better place. And I am one of those who want to carry the organization from where it is now to where our strategic objective allows us, or our strategic plan wants to go. I want to be one of those to be able to carry the organization to that point.
How do you inspire? How do you inspire the younger ones coming in? Because, like I said, a lot of them are coming in demotivated.
Mhm.
All of these negative connotations is around in terms of police, and and they might be coming in because it's a job for now. How do persons like? Well, I guess just by
By
you doing
looking at
what we're
me,
looking at
yes,
you,
yes, just
they have
looking
to
at
be
me,
inspired.
yes.
To girl, you don't
And
even know.
thankfully, I'm in the department of training now. So
Oh,
I
lovely,
meet every single
lovely.
recruit who comes through the
So
training
you
force
can
academy. Yes, I actually lecture to them. So they
that's beautiful.
utilize me for every course. Every course, I speak to them on professional ethics. I teach them the mission, the vision of the organization. I stress on the importance of the mission being part of an organization. If you don't want to be there, Marine, you should not have applied. When you look at yourself, you have to ask, am I a credit to the organization that I am part of? And if the answer to that is no, you should not be there. And that is one of the things that I say to them when I come to lecture them. Yes, so they just by just me standing in front of, okay, I'm a
You're an
police
asset.
officer, I'm an inspector of police, and I'm also a lawyer. And they're like, oh my God, you're a lawyer. And yes, I am also an attorney. And just by them looking at me, by just me standing in front of them, they feel inspired. And I'm telling you, I do surround myself by positive individuals. I surround myself by persons who want to uplift themselves. And when I reach out to persons, I bring them up with me. I honestly bring them up with me. Yeah. So
Very
it is
lovely.
just me. It is just me. I want to inspire. I want, when I leave a room, that when you speak about me, you speak of the positives.
That's right.
Yes. And
That's right.
I'm not here, for self gratification. I am here to let persons speak of the qualities that I exude.
That's right.
Yes, and this is
And
who
as
I
an
want to
example as
be.
well.
Yes, I want to
Yes.
be an example, and even to my nieces and my nephew, my nieces, they adore me. They adore me. My
Of
goddaughter,
course, I
she
know.
adores me, and it is because I want to move them from where I used to be.
Right.
I want to give them an opportunity because not many persons give me an opportunity. They just saw us as, this family, we're poor, we will not get anywhere in life because we don't have the means to get there. And I wanted to prove every single person wrong.
And that you did.
And not just that, my mom, her name is Jessica, and my mom she's challenged. My mom is not like you and I. She's challenged. She's not physically challenged, but mentally she's a bit slow. And they expect children of people like that did not make it in life. And let me tell you, when I made it in life, I took my mom on a Europe
Oh,
on,
oh
on a
my
European
God.
tour, and she was able to see Italy, and she was able to see France. She went to Paris, she went to England, and you know, whilst I was being celebrated, I was celebrating my mom because without her support, she worked hard. She really worked hard to ensure that we would even our school necessities, and this is now her time to shine alongside
Oh
her
my God.
child.
You're a
Yes,
remarkable woman.
yes. So I want to celebrate my mom in all of my achievements. I want to always celebrate my mom because she deserves it. She definitely deserves
You
it.
bring the chain, girl. You bring the chain.
Yeah,
Listen, you've
yeah, she
broken that
deserves it.
chain
So
and you have changed
the whole
the
dynamic of
dynamic
things.
of
Yes,
yes.
because you're not supposed to be embarrassed about where you came from.
No,
I am
supposed
always
to
so
use it.
proud to shout from the rooftop that I am from London, very salty person, and basically is my mother. I am the child of the person that you thought that the children could not have excelled in life. She, yes, so she may I wanted her to take a step from the crowd to say, yes, listen, it's not when you're born with a silver spoon that you make headway in life. Persons born without a spoon also takes a step forward. So yes, I wanted to be that example for my community, an example for my organization, and for every young woman in St. Lucia who has a dream. Okay,
Uh,
you will, and there's no timeline on dreams. Maureen. There is nothing that says that by 21 you should have your first degree. You could have your first degree by 30. You could have your first degree by 40, by 50. There are no timelines. So you work on your goals, you achieve it by whatever set
and it is
time that you give
attainable,
for yourself. Once it is
regardless.
attainable, you go for it. And don't let anybody, absolutely nobody tell you that you cannot do it more. You can.
Absolutely.
You can do it.
Of course you can.
Yes.
I certainly believe that
You
now.
can.
Let's talk now in general, in terms of how do you balance it all off now? Because you're aligned. The police have they mandate, they want to carry out how it is that you now, as a personal, on a personal standpoint, that characteristic that you have. What do you generalize? When you look at where we are right now as a police force and how what we want to attain via relationship wise with the public, where how far are we away from that, and what are some of the things you believe can be done to get us where we should be?
We are not that far. I do that we do have an influx in homicides,
Yes.
gun-related activities, and we have to understand, the dynamic of our country. We have very porous borders. We have the guns, we have the drugs coming in. But what we're asking for is the collaboration with the public and the stakeholders. We need to implement strategies to ensure that we work together as one because we all have that same goal to make St. Lucia a safe place for both our residents and citizens alike. So we're asking persons to stand up. Okay, I understand that persons live in fear because of victimization, reprisal, but we're asking persons to take back St. Lucia, to reprimand, because even in schools, what we see are happening now is that our more seasoned criminals are recruiting our children. Okay, back then the community raised the child. Everybody was involved. The priest, the watchman, the cleaner. Everybody was part and parcel of an upbringing. But persons now just let a child fall by the wayside because it is not their business.
Yeah.
Everything is our business. Ensure that you realize a child is not going to school. You call the relevant authorities. You could do so anonymously.
Yes.
We have made hotlines available for persons to call and make reports without giving your information. We need to take accountability for what is happening. We cannot just rely solely on the police and say the police is not doing this, the police is not doing that. Okay, you find out we are not doing enough. What are you doing to assist us? What are you doing? You see the crime happening, you don't say anything. I know we don't have the witness protection programs and whatnot to probably provide safety and security for persons who have witnessed crimes. But then we could put things in place for you. You stand up, okay, this is who committed the offense. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to say, you are the one. Because we are going to deter him. We practice deterrence. So this person may not be out there killing somebody else or robbing somebody else or recruiting a child. You get involved. You get involved. And what we see happening a lot is the animosity towards the police. The police is doing their job. And you're inciting the others to behave badly. I mean, okay, the police is effecting an arrest. Why not ask the person, what, relax, you have you will go before the court, you are able to give an account of what happened. You go in, you let the police process you. It's a process. Why not encourage persons, to relax, allow. I'm not asking for you to just stand there. You see a police
Right,
officer
that's what I'm
behaving.
saying, because there
Yes,
might be
instances where
the
police
police
officers
might
have
be
behaved
arrested
inappropriately.
inappropriately, right?
Even that too, we do have an avenue where you could address those issues. You have the police complaints unit. You address those issues, and if a matter is reported to the police complaints unit, and after assessing, after doing your investigation, realize that this person they behave criminally. A criminal investigation can be initiated. So it is not that we don't have the avenues. We like to take matters into our own hand. There is due process for everything. So persons are allowed, to conform to the rules of society. That is all we're asking. And collaboration. Stakeholders taking responsibilities. Parents playing their role. Teachers playing their role, the churches playing their role. We're asking all persons who can make a positive change to take action. This is simply what we're asking. It is our country. It is our people. It is our brother. It is our sister. We need to take accountability for our actions as well.
Right. Let's go back on a personal before we wrap up now.
Mhm.
The passion is there. You're in the force. Have you ever been in your execution of your duty? Have ever found yourself where you were fearful of anything? Or, like you've ever been in a position where you figured out you executed your duty properly, could have gotten you compromised?
Unfortunately, no,
Oh.
no, definitely not. No, I always say to persons, because we do polygraphs a lot, and I always say to persons, I am one of those that is not fearful of entering into a room where I have to be polygraphed. I always say to others, I'm not one of those that will feel a polygraph because of you. I am not one of those, because my reputation means a lot to me. I have worked extremely hard to get to where I'm at today, and I will do everything I can to protect it. So I will definitely not do anything intentionally that will ever compromise my integrity.
I love
Yes.
it. No, let me tell you something. The floor is yours now. I open it up. You've given so many pointers already, in terms of inspiring and motivating. But I'm going to just still give you the final word. If there's anything you'd like to throw out there to anybody, female, male, anybody that might be listening, in terms of going after their goals, in terms of achieving, in terms of being upstanding people, in terms of how they themselves represent themselves and leave the world a better place. I know you've been on strong on that, so
Yes.
I'm going to leave it up there for you.
I believe that everybody has a purpose
Yes.
in this lifetime. Every single person to have a purpose, no matter how small it is. Because the world is a cycle. It takes everybody has a role, a responsibility, no matter how trivial you think your role or responsibility is. Look at COVID taught us a lesson. It taught us that the world does not only revolve around white collar individuals. You know what's important back then? The garbage collector.
Yes.
Then we understood how important those persons were. The bank tellers, the police officers, those persons that you really fought, really did not play an important role in society. They were the ones keeping the country afloat during COVID. So that should say that you are not, you as a person or what you do is not,
Insignificant.
it is not insignificant. It is not. So we say to persons, you know what, do what you must. Go to school. Because right now you realize that units exist for everything. Also, you the police record for everything, every job, every opportunity they ask you for police record. Please ensure that whatever you do it within the confines of the law. Ensure that you go to school, you attain an education, because at some point in life, you would need to provide some sort of qualification as well as a police record to get anywhere. So whatever decision you make, ensure that 10 years later, 15 years later, it is not one that you're going to regret. Also, your goals, work towards your goals. Do not think that your goal is big, and not let anybody tell you that your goal is big. It is what you want, you work towards it. Do not let anybody put timelines on your goals as well. It is you attain your goals when God decides, okay, it is now your time. Don't get jealous of anything anybody has. Do not get jealous of anybody who has elevated. Your time will come. We all have our time. So it may be my son now, but then next year it's going to be somebody else's. And let's just work together for the greater good. Let's just ensure that that our level of camaraderie, our synergy, it is in keeping with what we have as a vision, especially for your organization, for yourself, for your family. You work towards it, you achieve it, and voila, you will be there too. You will be there too. Let's, when somebody speak of your name, ensure that there's always positivity around it. Yes.
On that note, I think yes. That is certainly it. Thank you so much.
I'm
And
so,
we are
thank you
so
to
proud of you.
have you.
Everybody
to
is
have
proud
me.
of you. Look, security people say, I'm so very proud of you.
Yes.
Congratulations. You are simply great. Oh, everybody
Yes,
is just a lot of love. And
Yes, I just
it
want to say
speaks to what you
yes,
leave.
yes,
The
yes.
mark that you leave on people, it definitely shows because there we are,
Yes,
20,000 people
yes.
can't be wrong.
No.
But you had full
No.
20,000 people. I don't know. I don't
Yes,
know how
it's
good
a
you are. You
100
have
French.
full-
Yes, 100 Frenchmen cannot be wrong.
No,
Yes,
no,
they
no, no.
cannot
Yeah,
be wrong.
you can be as good
And
as you are. You ain't
thank
full all
you,
these people.
thank you so very much for your support.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, and to those on the online platform, thank you so much. To all of my friends, my family members, my colleagues who tuned in, thank you so very much. I really do appreciate the support. Continue motivating me, continue encouraging me, continue ensure that I'm always on my P's and Q's, that whatever I do, I have
Hold you
all of those
accountable. I like
eyes
it.
on me. Yes, so thank you for all of
And
that.
that's where it is. And you're not sure yet what the future holds. You just
No,
go with the flow for
I'm
now.
just going with the flow
All
for now.
right, good.
Yes,
Let's not
yes,
do this thing. And I
yes,
know you were a stunt.
yes,
So
yes. Let's go these things. Yes,
wonderful. Thank you so much. Just to continue being great. Tadia Sanchan is there. Congratulations. And
thank you.
she'll tell people big
Yeah,
love
yeah.
you.
Oh
Big
yes,
love
oh
you.
yes, oh yes. They
Madam
really love that
Inspector,
people.
that says, and Council Aniel Innocent, good morning. Somebody say, check my auntie. This is so cool.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Right. So they're very proud of you.
Yes.
We did well
Yes,
this
we did
morning.
well.
I knew
Yes,
it was going to be a good one, but thank you again. And you know what? Continue to do what you're doing.
I
It's
will.
just,
Thank you
just
for having me.
we
Thank
know you will because it's
Thank-
just part of who you are, and it's beautiful.
Yes,
And it's beautiful. And I think that is going to help. Like you said, the spaces you are in is
yes.
going to be elevated because of
The
what
people
what
are,
you, what
yes,
you exude. You
yes.
understand? People tend to have a respect for that. So big up you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, you guys,
Thank you.
and thank you guys. We are going to be back again next Tuesday, God willing, with another show, another solution, where we get to highlight their journey with the hope of inspiring. And I know we had a lot of inspiration and motivation happening here on this part of this program. Thank you again to the First National Bank. They are our partners, and we appreciate them full 100.
All started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
This is John. He's built his business